Morning. I've lost my water. Good morning. It is Thursday morning, the 30th. I can't remember what day it is. I know it's Thursday morning, but I don't know what day it is. 30th, I think, of April. Not too sure. Good morning, V. So today is our Thursday morning adapted yoga session. Yes, she waves at me. Our Thursday morning yoga session. It is our adapted yoga. So I'll be getting you standing up. I'm having a bit of problems with Facebook at the moment. It keeps coming up with connection problems. So now that's the one that I do put up on YouTube, so I'm not too sure if it's, so hopefully, because I was having problems with it last night. Hi Jean. Hopefully, hey Glenys, hi Michael. Hopefully Facebook does stay with us. If it goes, just keep reconnecting. I will be here. It's not me, it's something to do with Facebook. I've heard a few people saying that their Facebook keeps disconnecting this morning, and mine was doing it last night as well to me. So I'm still on Instagram, but if Facebook disappears, just come back, I'll be here. Right, I'm going to get you up on your feet. So like I said, this is our adapted yoga. It's mainly for people with high blood pressure, diabetes, joint problems, back problems, things like that. So I'll be working as if I've got high blood pressure, diabetes, joint problems. So everything I do will be an adapted version. If you haven't got any of those and you come to my class regularly and you know how to adapt it up, then make it a little bit harder for yourself. And if it's still too hard what I'm doing, then just either don't do it and just watch. First things first, as always, make sure you've got enough space. I haven't, as you see, because I'm doing it the other way around. You will need for this session a chair, a sturdiest chair, a band of some sort, and you may need a bit of a wall that you can lean against. This will be for our last one, that we need a wall. If you haven't got a wall, then again we can just kind of omit the wall, but it is nicer if you've got a wall to put your feet up. Make sure if it's a door, that it's a door that opens outwards and nobody's inside. It's my toilet, nobody's in there. Well, nobody should be, there's only me and my husband in and he's in bed. And again, make sure that you're not doing it on certain doors like this one. It'll just collapse if I put my weight on it. Or a door that somebody opens outwards. So if you've got your legs or anything against it, someone walks in and opens the door, you'll fall through. So make sure that the place that we're going to use for your wall is appropriate and it's not going to cause you any damage. Where do I need it? I've got everything. I think I've got everything, and like I said, I've already said it's for certain people it's for. So let's bring ourselves onto our feet. Bringing our feet, hands in between our knees to make sure that we get our feet in the right position for our hips and our thighs. If you lift your toes and engage them knees and in that front thigh, squeeze the inner thigh, squeeze your bum muscle, squeeze your back thigh, and then squeeze your side thigh. But make sure their knees are slightly bent, that they can still bend, they're not locked. Bring in your pelvic floor. So imagine you're in a lift, you want to stop yourself from breaking wind, imagine you want to stop yourself from having a wee. Now we're not going to lock the abdominal at the moment because we're going to breathe. We're going to bring our hands, we're going to clasp them like that, we're going to place them underneath our chin. Then as we breathe in, we're going to lift our elbows up. As we breathe out, bringing our head back, out through the mouth, and bring the arms down. Okay, I'll do it sideways. So here we go, we're breathing in through the nose, and we're using our elbows to stretch our rib cage. Then we're going to drop our head back and breathe in, or breathe out, sorry. Bringing the arms down, bringing the head back to central. So here we go again, breathing in. Let's do 2 more. And our last one. And bring the arms down. And that just starts to work our neck and get our breathing so that we're like waking ourselves up. So let's start with our neck stretches. We're going to take our arms down by our side. We're going to breathe out and bring our head down. And hold it here for 3 breaths. Having a feel, where can we feel that? But try to make sure that you don't lean forward, that your body's nice and straight. It's just the head that's bringing it down. And then we're bringing it back to centre. We're going to take our head back. Now it's up to you. You can open your mouth. You can kiss the ceiling. Or you can give it a Brucey. Stick your chin forward. Again, we're holding it for 3 breaths. If you want, when you're doing a Brucey, you can move your chin side to side. And you'll just feel the different ligaments that hold the neck. There's no muscles in the neck. They're all ligaments, but they all kind of cross over each other in that kind of position and stop the neck from falling up. So we need to stretch them. So again, we're not pushing the hips forward. It's just the neck. We're just lifting the chin up and adjusting to wherever we want to be. And bringing it back down. So we're going to tuck our chin in and we're going to bring our ear towards our shoulder. Now, if you're taking it to your right shoulder, push your left hand towards the floor and you'll feel it just adds a little bit more of a stretch to that shoulder. And we're bringing it back up and we're taking it over the other side. So now we're stretching. If it's the left shoulder you're going to, the right hand you're pushing towards the floor. And then bringing it back up. So we're going to turn and look over our shoulder. Oh, it started to rain. And then bringing it back and taking it over the other side. Now you can do all of these sitting in a chair. You don't have to stand up for any of these. Sorry, I should have said that at the beginning. And bring it back. So we're going to take ourselves into a forward bend. So from here, again, imagine that you've got high blood pressure, you've got back problems. We're going to use our chair so that we're not going too far. We're going to keep this back nice and straight. So we're standing in front of our chair. We're going to tuck our chin. We're going to push our hips back. We're keeping that back straight. We're bending them knees. We're bringing our arms down. Now from here, keeping that chin tucked in, don't let it drop too far. Bend the arms out to the side. You'll feel this stretch right through your bum, right through your back. But you don't want to curl the back, especially if you've got back problems. You don't want to let the head drop down too far if you've got blood pressure problems. So we're keeping it here. You can always stretch one leg at a time. And then we're coming back up, so we're keeping the legs bent with shoulders back. We're going to breathe in to lift up. And bring it down. So let's try one more. Tuck the chin in, push the bum back. Bring the hands down to your chair. Shoulders are pulling back. Try stretching one leg at a time. then we're going to bend the two, lift the arms, and bring it down. So we're taking it backwards, stay where we are, placing our hands on our bum, keeping that chin tucked in. We're not letting the chin drop, we're keeping it tucked. We're working our main ribs. So, the hands on your bum, pull your elbows together, tuck your chin in, breathe in, reach backwards. Now breathing into the chest, again 3 breaths. Breathing into the chest and the back is quite hard in this position. This is stretched and we're pushing against here. But what you should feel is that you should find that the outside ribs are a lot easier to breathe into. And then we're bringing it back up. So again, we always do it twice. Body likes it the second time. Hands on the bum, shoulders back, elbows pulling together, chin tucked in. Breathe in. Breathe into the side ribs. And bringing it back up. So let's move to the sides. Keeping the arms down again, unless you want to lift them, you can, but I'm keeping my arms down. We're just going to reach down towards our knee. Don't let that left shoulder pull up, keep pulling it down. Don't let it roll forward. So you want to stay nice and straight, you don't want to come forward. And you're holding it here. Now, we want to breathe into this top lung. You're going to feel it lifting out, and then you're breathing out through that bottom lung. Again, we're not letting the head drop, we're keeping the chin in, we're controlling the head. We're bringing it back up. So we're going to do the other side, so we're breathing out, we're going over, we're keeping that shoulder down, keeping it pulling back. We're breathing into this top lung. We're breathing out through the bottom one. You'll feel this stretch right through them hips all the way up. And bringing it up. Let's do one more, down to the side. If you want, you can turn and look up, otherwise you can just keep your head straight. But make sure you're controlling that neck. You're still pushing that hand down. And then bringing it up, and our last one. And bringing it back up. So we're going to do our turn. We're going to look, so it's from our waist, not our shoulder. So our waist is turning. And we're keeping our head in line. We're not looking over the shoulder. We're only going where the waist can take us. Now you're breathing, if you're going towards your right, you're breathing in to your right front lung and your left back lung. So as if you're being pulled in a diagonal. You'll find that it's actually a little hard to breathe into the left one at the front and the left one at the back because they're being squeezed and stretched. And then we're bringing it back to centre and we're going around the other side. So it's all from the waist, it's not the shoulders are just staying there. And bringing it back, we have to do it one more time. So again, breathe out, work from the waist, keep them feet flat on the floor, don't let their toes roll out, keep pushing down. And you'll feel it on a diagonal, so diagonally through the knees, through the hips, through the chest, through the back. And last one. I've got to put music on today, so if you've got your own music, stick your own music on. I'm not sure if the music sometimes affects Facebook. Trying to work out if it knows the song. And bring it back. Lovely. So, we're going to work this back a little bit more. So standing forward, you're going to take one foot in front. I'll do it sideways. So one foot in front. So we're not twisting, we're keeping that back nice and straight. We're raising our arms. Now, if your blood pressure goes up or you feel a bit dizzy, take it down. From here, you're breathing out and you're reaching forward, 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 forward. If you want, you can rest it on the back of the chair. and have your head here. Hold it there. And it's a nice stretch for that lower back as well. So we're going to come out of it. We're going to bring our hands down. We're going to bend our knees. We're going to lift up. So that we're not putting that pressure on that lower back. Bring it in. Let's change feet. Bring it forward. Lift the arms up. Keeping them by the head. Breathe out as you're going forward. Now you may get to there and that's about as far as you can go, and that's fine. If you can get it all the way down to your chair, perfect. Let your body relax once you're there. And again, we're taking the hands down to the chair. We're bending our knees. We're lifting ourselves back up. So let's try one more on each side. So breathing in. Breathing out. Keep stretching, keep stretching. Keep them ears between the arms. You don't want to be here. You need to be about there. And as you see, the back should stay nice and flat. No pressure on that lower spine. It's kind of like a head to knee, but we've adapted it on the chair. And again, we're bringing the hands down. We're bending the knees. We're lifting ourselves up. If you're conscious about everything you do, you're less likely to injure yourself. So lift in, breathe out. And then relax. 3 breaths if you can. And here we go. Bending and lifting. Just bring it back around to the front. Bring it into our hip. So if you bring your toe up, if you want to, remember you've always got that chair there, you can always hold on to it, and you're just bringing the knee in and out, trying to turn it out as far as you can go and bring it in as far as it can go. Take it out, take it in, and toes staying on the floor, you're just moving from the hip. At the same time as working our hip, we're starting to work and stretch our toes as well. And then one more. And bring it back. Change legs. So onto your tiptoe. Turn the knee in towards you and then out away. In towards and out away. And concentrate because I've got to count. You know me, if I don't concentrate, I forget. And I think that one was 6. So bring it back down. So with this, again, having our chair here, if you want, turn towards it. Have your feet again in line with your hips. Hold on if you need to, shoulders back. Come up onto your tiptoes. And then sit down into an imaginary chair. So up onto your tiptoes. And down into an imaginary chair. Let's do one more. Up onto your tiptoes. And down into your imaginary chair. And bring it back up. So again, working the knees, working the lower back and the bum. Now we're going into our sun salutation. Remember, we go through this quite quickly. Especially when it comes to cobra and plank. Don't hold it too long. We're going to do 4 that we go through, so quite quickly. Bring yourself to the front of your mat. Now we're going to take just 5 breaths just to kind of think about why we've come to yoga, what we want to gain from yoga. So we're standing in our mountain pose. We're bringing our hands together, shoulders back and down. We're pushing our palms together. Really, really pushing. We're tucking our chin in, pulling our stomach muscles in, tightening up all our leg muscles. If you can, close your eyes, but if you feel that you're wobbly, either open your eyes and just look towards the floor, or start at the feet and try and tighten up all them muscles again. One of them's not tight if you're wobbling around. Now take a couple of breaths. Think about what brings you to yoga. If you've got a part of your body that's painful, so if it's knees, if it's back, if it's your blood pressure, then just ask your body, ask the universe, ask your creator to reduce the pain, reduce the stress, reduce your blood pressure. Or you can ask for a new car, a new house, a new partner. Ask. They can only say yes or no. So, we're going to breathe in and lift up and reach back a little. Then we're going to take our hands down to the chair. Again, we're keeping the head forward, but if we need to, we can bend the elbows, we can bend the knees. We're going to breathe in and lift up, pull the shoulders back, tuck the chin in, push them legs nice and straight so that we get a tabletop. From here, we're going to step back with our right foot. We're coming onto our tiptoes at the back. Move up a touch. There we go. So onto our tiptoes and we're pushing down. Now, if you wanted to, you could always from here come to the knee, rolling the shoulders back. You can always lift one arm. You can always lift both arms. You can always keep both hands on the hips, but still pull back into warrior lunge. We're going to take our hands down and we're going to step back into our down dog. So bringing the 2 feet together, try and get the 2 feet to flat on the floor and sticking the bum in the air, bringing the head between the arms. So again, with blood pressure problems, we're not taking the head too low. That's why we've got our hands on the chair, but we're giving our legs and giving our back a nice stretch. We're going to come up onto our tiptoes and then we're moving forward so that we're coming over. We can stay here with our bum in the air a little and we're working our arms. If you wanted, you could pull the bum in and tucking the chin in more into a plank. Now from here, you're dropping the hips, pulling the shoulders, looking up into your cobra. And then we're pushing back into our child. We're going to lift our left foot up and step it in. So we're back into that lunge. So again, it's up to you, stay here or come up. And then bringing our hands down, step back in, bend the elbows, bend the knees if you need to, look up, breathe in. Okay, so here we go again. Breathing in, lift. Breathing out, going into a forward bend. Breathe in, come into a half bend, so shoulders back, push them legs back. We're going to step back with that left foot onto our tiptoes, push into that front knee, lift ourselves up, come to wherever you feel you can. If you're a bit wobbly here, stay there. We're going to bring our hands back down. We're going to step back to our down dog, bringing our feet flat onto the floor, bringing our head down between our arms if we feel comfortable enough doing that. We'll feel that stretch of our back through our arms. We're coming up onto our tiptoes. We're moving forward. Remember, you can stay here so that your shoulders are under your arms. It doesn't matter that your bum's up a little. Now from there, we're dropping the hips, shoulders come back, looking up. Then we're pushing back. So all that's working our arms and our shoulders. We're going to bring our right foot back towards our chair. We push onto our tiptoe at the back. We lift ourselves up if we can. We bring our hands up, shoulders back, look up, but still pushing into that front knee. Bring our hands down, step in. If we need to, we bend the knees, we look up, we breathe in. Okay, 2 more, but without me yapping. Last one. And bring it down. Lovely. So we're going to do a bit of a ricochet with our chair as well. So this is a side bend, a twist at the same time. Anybody with back problems, just be aware, because again it is a forward bend and a twist, but we're going to take it as not too far down. We'll take the arms out and we'll have them behind our back. Hopefully this is not what I did last week. I can't remember. I'm doing that many different ones and for different things that I'm completely forgetting what I'm doing half the time. So, we're standing in front of our chair. Got enough room there? So we're bringing ourselves up. We're bringing it down and we're placing our hands on the chair in together. We've got a nice straight back. From here, if we take our left hand and we place it on the bottom of our back, we're going to twist and look up to the ceiling. Then we're going to bring ourselves back to centre and take it down. So let's try the other side. So we place our hand on our back, we're lifting the elbow, we're looking behind. So that part of the spine is twisting, but we're keeping an eye on it as we're holding it here. Bring it back down. Bend the knees, come back up. So let's try it with a wider leg now. So taking the legs apart, keeping them forward. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, bring the hands down onto the chair. So again, we're bringing that right hand behind our back. We're lifting the elbow up, we're twisting. This should be a little bit easier on that spine because the legs are open. We're bringing it back. We're bringing it down. So we're going to do the other side. We're bringing our hands up. We're lifting the elbow. We're turning. We're bringing it back. We're bringing it down. From here, we're turning the palms so they're facing in and the elbows will go out to the side. We're tucking our chin in, keeping our feet facing forward. We're bending our elbows. So a bit like a down dog, but now we're taking it onto the inside of the thighs. From here, we're going to lift back up and turn our palms back in. Keeping our legs where they are, we're going to bend one knee so that we're stretching the inside of the thigh. And you'll also feel it into that calf as well. We're bringing it back and we're bending the other knee. Again, keeping that nice and straight. And we're bringing it back. So we can do the same thing again. We're taking our hand behind. We're lifting the elbow. We're looking back. We're bringing it down. We're changing sides. So arm comes up. We're looking behind. We're bringing it down. We're turning the fingers in towards each other. We're bending the elbows. We're bringing ourselves down. Now again, you might not go as far as me. You might just go a certain little amount and then we're coming back up. We're turning the fingers back to face forward and we're bending the knee. Stretch that inner thigh. And we're coming back up and we're changing sides. And we're coming up. We're bending our knees, pulling our shoulders back and lifting ourselves back up. Bring your feet back together. So we're going to take it into a three-legged dog with the chair. So we're taking our legs off the floor and lifting up. So again, we're bringing ourselves up, breathing in and breathing out, bringing our hands down to our chair, fingers facing forward, shoulders pulling back. From here, if you wanted, you're stepping, if you wanted, obviously you've got to, otherwise we're in the wrong position. So from there, you're stepping your feet back into that down dog position. From here, you're going to start with your right leg, lift it up and see if you can kick it backwards. Now this is really strong on that standing leg. So make sure that knee's slightly bent, you're not straightening, you're not locking that leg. And then we're bringing it back down. So we're going to try the other side. We're going to lift the leg up. We're going to kick it back. Now we're not lifting too high, so we want to keep them hips straight. But you're just pushing backwards. And again, bend it in, bring it down. Give yourself a little stretching down dog. Let's try one more on each side. Lift it up, kick it back. Try and think about keeping them hips nice and straight. And then pull it in, bring it down. Let's try the other side. Lift the foot up, kick it back. And pull it in, push back. Come forward, step the feet in, bend the knees, bring it up. Either reach the hands up or take them back to the back and stretch back a little. Lovely. So now we're going to take it into bow, standing bow. You may want the back of your chair, you may want the side of your chair. It depends on what you can do. If you've got your band, if you make it into a loop, so knot it, it makes it a bit easier. You're going to stand facing your chair, put your foot into your band, grab hold of your band. Now from here, you're turning your hand up and then trying to get the elbow up to the ceiling. From there, flex your foot and try and lift your leg up. Now, if that's like, oh no, can't do that, don't like it, then the other version is to have your chair round. I'll do it that way. Stand by the sides of your seat of your chair, go into the side of it. Bring your foot up and place your foot on the chair. Then slide and see if you can slide the knee back, lifting that toe up. So it's up to you which version you do, if that first one is too much. But I'm going to stick with that one. So we're bringing our foot in, we're going to change sides. We're bringing our foot in to our loop. We're grabbing hold. We're turning it, bringing our elbow up to the ceiling, flexing our foot and lifting up. And with this, especially when you're doing this one, you'll feel it through the back of your arm, but also through the front of that thigh. Plus it's working this lower back here. And then we're bringing it round. And we're going to change sides one last time. So again, sticking your foot in. You've got your chair. Hold it on. Turning the wrist round, so as if you're wringing something out. You're bringing it down, your elbow is going up, and then you're flexing your foot, you're lifting up. And let's bring it down. So our last one. Foot in. Turning the hand. You turn it round. You're lifting it up. The elbow comes round and lifts up. We flex the foot. We're lifting, pulling that arm up to the ceiling. We're kind of doing that with the arm. And then bringing it back down. That's all we need that for. So from here, where am I now? Ooh. In fact, we'll keep our chair. We'll do eagle while sitting down. So if you bring your chair, you're going to sit on your chair, but you're going to sit on the edge of your chair. You're not sitting all the way back. You're sitting on the edge of the chair. We're going to do our legs while we're sitting. So you're coming up onto your tiptoes. You're bringing your right knee over the top of your left leg. And then with your toes lifted onto your tiptoes, point your toe. See if you can get it as close into your leg, or if you can, around the back of your leg. If you can't go, then keep it as close. So instead of having it out here, you want to try and pull it in so that you feel the stretch here. You'll feel it into the knees. So it's up to you. If it's your right leg on the top, you're going to try and bring your left elbow over the top of your right arm. Now you may get to just here. You may not, or it might be that your elbows are like that. You can't get them round. If that's the case, you're going to grab your left elbow with your right hand. And then you're pulling it across and you're going to pull it up. If it can go across, other way around. If you can go across, it goes across. If you can get them to join. So now you may find that this is about as far as you can go. And you can always lift it up from here. Otherwise, if you can, your bottom hand, your right hand, you're turning out and you're going to wave at me in the camera. The other hand waves to you. Now the bottom hand, if you make a fist but you leave your little finger out, and if the top hand you make a fist but you leave your thumb out, you might see if your thumb and your little finger can touch. If they can't, you don't worry. If they touch, then you may be able to open the hands and slide them across each other. Again, you might not. It's up to you where you get to. If it's just there, it's just there. Then from here, you're going to push your arms up in the air. Now again, whichever position, even if you're here, what you'll find is your shoulder blades, as you pull them round, the shoulder blades come apart. They open up and they lift off your rib cage. So that's where I want you to breathe. Yeah, I'm doing it the wrong way as well. So lift up, now breathe. If you can, hooking them toes. Breathing into your shoulder blades. And then we're bringing it down. We're undoing. And then we're undoing our legs. So with this, it's starting to work the ankles, the knees, the hips. But we're taking out the balance. That's the only thing we've done is taking out the balance. You can always stand up and take the chair away. But this is my adapted version. Catch me on another one. And I'll do it standing. So the leg comes over the top. If you can, tilt, bring up on your tip toe. Bring that foot in. You might find that sometimes if you just give it a push, it might go round. But don't push it if it feels too much pain on them knees, especially if you've got knee problems. So left leg's up on top, right knee goes over the top. Again, turn the hand, bottom hand round, wave, but take the little finger out. Top hand waves at you, but keep the thumb out. See if they touch. See if they touch, so they can come together. And then lift the arms up. Breathe into the back. And then bringing it down. So undo the arms and undo the legs. Now we have to do it a second time, but we're going to move the arms this time. So we're crossing over before I run out of time. Lift up, tuck that foot in, right leg's up, left arm goes over the top. Bring it to wherever you can. Lift the arms up. Now you're going to move the arms in a circle. And it's just a nice stretch through the arm, the shoulders, but also the arms. So we've gone one way. Now let's go the other way. And then we're going to undo. And one more time. Crossing the left, lift it up. See if you can pull it in. Left's up, right goes on top. We pull it round. We're lifting them up. We're going round in a circle. Have a think. Bring your mind into your shoulders, into your shoulder blade at the back. And we're going to go the other way. Lifting it up, bringing it round, bringing it down. And then bring it, undo the arms, undo the legs. So we're bringing ourselves onto the floor and we're going to use our chair to get us there. Now again, if you need to, you get a cushion, a pillow, a folded up blanket. Have it close to you in case you've got knee problems, or even if the floor is really hard, you may find it's easier that way. So if we stand by the side of our chair, we're putting our pillow in front. We're placing our hands on our chair. We're going to bring down our good leg. So if you've got, your knees are really painful, usually tend to have one knee, that's the worst, and one knee is not too bad. always start with your good knee. So you're bringing your good knee to the floor, then you're placing your hand down and you're bringing your bum down. Try not to get that knee down at all. If, however, both knees are quite painful, but you've got quite some strength in your arms, you can always take yourself down from there. Okay, now to get out, in case we run out of time and I forget to get you back off the floor, again, use your pillow, bring yourself over so you're sitting on your side, you're bringing your hands there, you're putting your foot down, so this is your good foot, and then you're bringing it up. That way you're not putting that bad knee on the floor at all. The same thing when we're going down, it's always the good knee goes down, the bad knee stays up, and you're just rolling yourself to your bum. So, let me move all of these. Oh, not put that in front of the clock, otherwise I won't see what time I've got. Where am I now? So, oh, where am I? I've got what I was doing. Cobra. Let's do Cobra. So let's lie ourselves on our belly. We're going to go into Sphinx. You're going to bring your elbows underneath your shoulders and stretch your hands out. From here, you're letting your head drop, and then you're going to bring your head up and out and slide the elbows, as if you're sliding your elbows towards your hips, but you're not going anywhere. You're sliding them back and you're lifting your chin up. Now give your chin a bit of a bruise, stick it forward, and just increases that stretch right through the body. And then we're going down. Now with this, we're going to do it again. I'm going to turn around so that you can see my legs. With this, you're breathing mainly into your chest. As you're breathing, you'll feel that stretch as you're breathing in, plus to the underneath of the arms. The back will be kind of pushed because we're lifting up. So I'm going to spin round, just in case you can't see my arms. Oh, you can, you're all right. So the hands are down, the shoulders, the elbows are underneath the shoulders. You're sliding the elbows back, it'll push the chest forward, lifting the head up. Now with your legs, push into the top of your foot so that your knees kind of lift off the floor. And this will just engage all the back. So lifting up, sticking that chin out. And then take it down, turn the arms in, let the head drop down. And then lifting up. So again, if you've got knee problems, the last thing you want to do is to push into child because it overstretches the knees. So you'd roll onto your back and bring your knees in this way. So it's child, but it's upside down. It takes that pressure off the knees. It's keeping that back flat on the floor. So this is just a nicer child version if you've got arthritis of the knee. You don't want to lean on them, so they're going to make them painful. And then if you roll to the side, and then from there you can bring yourself up. Now, before we finish, the time runs out on me. I'm going to take you into legs up the wall, hence why we needed a wall. If you haven't got a wall, then you can do it without the wall, but it's much nicer against it. To get to the wall, you sit, let me pull me mat Turner, you sit as close as you can to the wall, with your bum against the wall. Then you're lying down, you're bringing your feet up, and you're rolling your body around, so that your legs are up the wall. Like I said, you can do this like that, away from the wall, but it does put a lot of pressure. So if you can, get your bum up the wall. Now from here, you're just going to point and flex your toes. You're just pointing, flexing, pointing and flexing. And this is starting to work the knees and the ankles, but without putting any pressure. Plus all the fluids are running away from your legs, from your ankles, from your knees. So again, if you've got knee problems, if you carry water in your lower body, this will help to get it all away. So if you're someone that stands all day, like a teacher, or you're working in the factory on the shop floor, then you're standing constantly, you'll find that your legs, your ankles, they start to swell. This is a really good thing to do, about 10 minutes. And even with blood pressure, yes, your blood pressure will go a little bit, but because you're lying down, everything is okay. It should be fine. Yeah. So we're still pointing and flexing. Now, if you can, I'm going to put my foot against this door. You're going to turn your toes out so your little toes going towards the floor. And then you can roll it back in so the big toes are coming towards each other. Rolling it out and rolling it in. And again, this is working the hips, but you'll feel the knees, you'll feel the ankles. And again, it's working these areas, but without putting too much pressure on the joints. And then from here, we can take the legs wide, flex the feet, and you don't have to do anything. You can just lie here like this, and gravity will start to push on the inside of the legs. So we're stretching them thighs, as if we were doing the splits, the box splits, but we're not, we're doing it upside down. But again, you can point and flex the toes. You can roll them in and out. And you'll feel the different movements through the hips, through the knees. Then we're going to bring them back together. You may need to give them a little pull. They might sort of stick there. You're going to turn the feet so that they come towards each other. And you're bringing the knees out. And you're going into a kind of, oh, I forgot what this is called. A butterfly. And again, you can move the hips side to side. And again, it's just a lovely movement in them hips, but everything is upside down, so it feels a lot nicer. You can just stay here. You can always place your hands on your knees and just give them a little flutter. Now, because our legs are upside down, what tends to happen is obviously the blood's rushing away from the feet. So you would never just jump out of this. Otherwise, there's no blood in your feet and you'll feel like you're going to fall over. So we bring our knees down and we go into that upside down child pose. And we stay here just again so that the same way we do with our head, we want the blood to come back to our feet. We want it to circulate back down. Then we're going to roll onto our side. And again, we're just stopping here for a few seconds, just so, again, all that blood can just go back to where it's supposed to. Your feet can get a bit more blood into them. And then we're sitting ourselves up. So I'm going to bring you off the floor and onto a chair. So if you're on the floor and your chair's over there, move on your book, grab your chair, bring it back. Grab your pillow, put it underneath. If I say that my right leg is my bad one, then I'm going to sit on my left side. I'm going to have the cushion underneath, even if it's not a problem with that leg. Lifting, using my hands, bring my foot in, step myself back up. From there, throw my pillow, sit myself back on my chair. Now, last bit before I run out, we're going to do alternate breathing, which I was doing on Friday. So if you're not sure, have a look at that. We're going to use these two fingers sort of like this. These two are going to go on our third eye. This one, if you're right-handed, it'll go on your right nostril. You'll first breathe up your left nostril. If you're left-handed, you might find it'll be the other way round. Have a mess about. So we're placing the thumb against our left nostril, our two fingers on just between our brow, our third eye, and then our other finger, our ring finger, is going to come in against our left nostril. Little finger can either go into like a pinky, like we're having a cup of tea, or it could come right by the index, the ring finger. So with this, You're breathing up your left nostril. Then you're going to seal it and hold it for about 1 or 2 seconds. Then take your thumb away and breathe down your right nostril. Seal it. And that's just 1. So then you're breathing in again, up. Seal it. Thumb away, breathe out, down. Okay, so we're going to do 3 of these. I'm going to quickly, I'll say hello to people. Hello, Kennard. I don't know who you are, but hello. Hiya, Marigold. Hiya, Anna. So, Anna, this is a good breathing exercise for you. Catch it on the Friday one. So, with our fingers, bringing them where we are, we're going to do 5. I may lose Instagram. If I do, bye-bye. So, here we go. Breathing up through the left. Seal it. Hold it. 1, 2. Breathe out through the right. Hold it. 1, 2. Breathe up through the left. Seal it. 1, 2. Breathe out down the right. Seal it. 1, 2. Let's try 3 breaths of the hold now. So we're going to do 3 cleansing breaths. Breathing in. Lift the arms up and breathe out through the mouth. Let's have 2 more. And our last one. Bring the hands together. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that. If there's any questions, give me a text, send me a direct message, anything like that. Just let me know how you're feeling. So I'll see you tonight at 7 p.m. for the Freestyle Fitness Yoga, which is not for people with high blood pressure, diabetes or joint problems. It's quite fast. And then 8 o'clock we'll go out and clap for our helpers. So have a good day. Give me a shout if you need anything. I'm always here for you. God bless, and I'll see you all very soon, hopefully. And don't forget, I'm also doing my 8:30 on Friday Zoom class, so I can actually see you. It's relaxing, it's not very hard, and it's lovely, and just chill out. So give me a shout, send me and let me know, and I'll send me an email, marimac@hotmail.com, and I will send you an invite. I will put that up on as well on both Facebook and Instagram in case anybody wants to. Okay, take care, bye bye.